Alright, budget magic time. Still playing Death Cloud. Still playing Modern. Still winning, hopefully. We're just gonna go Forest into Search. Ship the turn. Hopefully... yeah, we'll see. Ooh, Affinity? Interesting. Affinity seems like it could be rough before sideboarding, because they can just go so wide with little creatures. After sideboarding, we have Curse of Deathhold, which is insane. Well, that is the Affinity nut draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, play 6 cards on turn 1, including a Cranial plating. Thragtusk should be alright, but Blinkmoth has flying. Not much you can do about the Affinity nut draw. So we're taking 7, and that's assuming our opponent has nothing else going on. I don't even know what we want to draw here. Another Springleaf Drum, so we're taking 8. If it wasn't for Blinkmoth, I would feel a little better, just because we might be able to live till we get a Thragtusk down and stabilize that way. But since they can just move the plating to the Blinkmoth, things get much more difficult. I guess a Doomblade is an alright start. So we'll take a Swamp here. Alright, there's a Doomblade. That sort of gives us a chance, because we're going to be able to fog them with Doomblade, untap play Thragtusk. Ugh. More creature lands are not good. And Master of Ethereum, also pretty bad. So are we just dead to one of these flyers? Potentially? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Well, we'll Doomblade and see what we draw. I guess maybe our best draw is actually just to rip a... oh, that was bad. I need to wait till they attack, so... yeah, I guess it wouldn't have mattered. They're going to be able to move it over anyway by tapping the Master. Or no, they wouldn't have. Jeez, that was really bad. That was really bad. Ay. Well, Death Cloud can still win us the game. Doomblade, we gain 5 and die to the Flyers, so nope, alright. It wouldn't have mattered, but... ugh. Alright, Naturalizes, Curse of Deathhold, going down Haunting Echoes, going down maybe Smallpox, and a Liliana. Well, so our plan in this matchup is to lock them with Curse of Deathhold as quickly as possible. We got the ramp, so we just need to draw Curse of Deathhold. We'll try it. So this is, if we draw a Curse of Deathhold, this is a turn 3 Curse of Deathhold hand, which should be pretty good. Almost no matter what they do, well, unless they can opal out a Master of Ethereum. Otherwise, we'll be in really good shape. This is, of course, assuming we just get lucky and peel a Curse of Deathhold. So, Suspend Search. This also might not be a bad Death Cloud hand. That would be another pretty big draw, just because we're going to have so much mana. There's the Opal, Ornithopter, Signal Pest, and Springleaf Drum, and Vault Scourge. Well, our opponent got to play their entire hand, which is kind of scary. Come on, Curse of Deathhold. Well, that's a Death Cloud. Death Cloud might be able to do it here. Ornithopter, Inkmoth. Well, our opponent's empty-handed. We just need to live long enough to curse or to Death Cloud or draw a Curse of Deathhold. I guess we might as well sack this. Get a Swamp. Search for Tomorrows. Gets a Swamp. Well, that's not bad. We get to play a Forest, play Liliana. So they have a 1-turn window to get a big draw. Because next turn we get the Curse of Deathhold, which is really good. Especially since we can clean up anything else with Death Cloud. So they need a Master of Ethereum right here. A plating would also be a little scary, since they could equip it to the Ink Moth. Those are the two draws we're scared of. Just a big attack, though. Oh, no, they really drew it? Okay. Just a big attack is fine. Because we are going to lock all their relevant cards out of the game. And since this is infect damage, it doesn't really hurt our Death Cloud. And they're going to have to send a bunch of stuff at Liliana. Alright, that is fine. We get to untap Curse of Deathhold, which kind of locks them. They'll have 2 0/1 Ornithopters left. They can't activate their Ink Moths, or they immediately die. So now they're waiting for a Lord. Their problem is, if they draw one, we just get to Death Cloud it. Same with Cranial Plating. We'd like to find a Thragtusk or a Planeswalker first. Ugh. They draw the Master. And a Vault Scourge. Well, unless we draw a Doomblade, we're probably going to have to Death Cloud. Actually, no. Well, it is risky. Alright, I guess we got to take the risky line. Play Thragtusk. So, the concern here is, if our opponent can equip up an Ink Moth. Alright, they draw a Darksteel Citadel, so we're safe. They do get to hit us for more infect. Whatever. But we get to untap and Death Cloud. We're just going to take the hit from everything. Another Thragtusk, too. Well, we can't wait another turn. So we just need to full out Death Cloud. Discard Thragtusk. Sack a Thragtusk. They probably should have activated an Ink Moth using Springleaf Drum and sacked that and kept the Lord around. Sack 4 lands. Our opponent is down to nothing. We have a Thragtusk token. Is that good enough? Probably? Ooh, man. If we ever get the mana for that, that even locks... that locks a lot more things out of the game. The problem is, with the Curse of Deathhold, they just don't have very many cards they can play. Degmar Salvage, so we're 1 land away from double Curse of Deathhold. People always ask why you would play this over... oh, I'm blanking on the card now. The one from Kamigawa. I keep wanting to say Hondin, but it's not a Hondin. Knight of Souls Betrayal is the card, which is 4 mana, does the same thing, but it's symmetrical. Well, the main reason is Curse of Deathhold can stack, while Hondin's cannot. Or, the other one cannot. So we can have 2 Curse of Deathhold on the battlefield. Do we want to go Flawless Victory? Yeah, let's go Flawless Victory. Naturalize. just for the fun of it. You don't get too many Flawless Victories. Oh, it dies. Okay. We're going to get the Flawless Victory against Affinity. Oh, they have to be so disappointed. Well, we beat Affinity. That is a pretty good sign. Affinity is another one of the best decks in the format. Going to be a little more challenging on the play. Oh, Sand is pretty slow against Affinity. I think we got a mulligan. Well, we get to scry, a land to the bottom. We do have a Doomblade, but this is still not looking too great. Yep. Well, another Doomblade's alright. Doesn't hit Vault Scourge, unfortunately. Still going to want the Curse of Death's Hold, long term. Signal Pest. Are we going to have to Doomblade a Signal Pest? That feels pretty bad. It does speed up the clock. It basically attacks for 3. There's a Curse of Death's Hold. Jeez. Alright. Interesting. Would be better if we had Ramp. Well, I guess we'll have to decide if we got to kill this Signal Pest. Thing is, it dies to Curse of Death's Hold. I hate using a Doomblade. Alright, we're not gonna Doomblade yet. We'll take our beats. We want to use Doomblades on things that don't die to Curse of Death's Hold. Well, Dismember makes it a little easier. Now we are more likely to start firing off Doomblades just because we have a Dismember backup. And we have so many removal spells. So let's Doomblade Signal Pest. Slow down the beats. Our opponent kept a pretty slow hand. That's a Thragtusk. We might be getting there. Because we are... Oh, there's Glimmer Void. Our opponent goes with Ravager. So I think we just need to Doomblade the Ravager. See if they sack anything. Alright, put the counters on the Vault Scourge. Then let's Dismember the Vault Scourge. Gotta pay 2 life, but that's alright. Then we get to untap Curse of Death's Hold. Actually, maybe we should just Thragtusk? No, they could counter Curse of Death's Hold. Untap Curse of Death's Hold. The Ornithopter is still alive, unfortunately, at the moment. Alright, so they're going to be able to start cranial plating up the Ornithopter. But we get a Thragtusk. And eventually we'll draw into more removal, or a Death Cloud. Up to 20. Another Curse would be insane. So I'm assuming they're just going to equip this up and start attacking for 1, 0, 1. Until they get more artifacts, cranial plating is not too threatening. And I don't think... Well, they might be able to remove Curse of Death's Hold. It's unfortunate we had to use our removal spells in the way we did, but... Search for Tomorrows. Well, let's start beating in with Thragtusk. And then we might as well just cast Search for Tomorrows, get another land out of our deck. Hold the forest for now. Another Glimmer Void. Jeez, if we get rid of their artifacts, they lose all their lands. Etch Champion. Alright, 1/1 protection from all colors. Another Curse of Death's Hold gets rid of it, though. Ooh, Naturalize. Well, let's go for the blowout here. Let's attack with Thragtusk. Naturalize the Ornithopter. Loses protection from all colors. Do you have more cards you can resolve? Mox Opal. Death Cloud is awesome here. Curse of Death's Hold, Death Cloud, Liliana. All of those are pretty much game winning. Alright, another Etch Champion. I guess another Naturalize is decent right now too. Still, Curse of Death's Hold is the best. Jungle Hollow gains us a life. Alright, we just gotta pass. We are gonna start taking beats from Etch Champion. Can they stick more artifacts? Man, another Curse locks this game up really well. They're gonna start attacking. Alright. We take 4. Opponent passes. Another forest isn't really what we were hoping for, but we get to get in with Thragtusk. Galvanic Blast. Well, we're flooding out. Are we going to draw an impactful spell while we are still alive? That pumps up Etch Champion again. We need a Death Cloud, a Curse of Death's Hold, and Liliana is still good right now because we can we have enough time we can search. There it is. Well, hopefully they don't have a hard counter. Oh my god. Oh. Alright. I just wasn't expecting Stubborn Denial. And they randomly have a 5 power Etch Champion. Oh. Yeah, that worked out for him. Well, now we're basically to the we need to draw something this turn stage. Jungle Hollow. Problem is now we're dead to Galvanic Blast. And Death Cloud isn't a very good out anymore. It's still alright, I guess, if we're alive, but... Oh, Stubborn Denial! And, oh, having a Cranial Plating on Etch Champion. That's so unfortunate. And another land. That is really unfortunate that we lost this. We drew way too many lands. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We drew 12 lands. Yep. Alright. Well, even though we lost, the fact that we very likely should have beat Affinity is a very good vote of confidence for this deck. Man, there's all our stuff too.